Hello and welcome to the LilJoe Show. I just want to start off and say thank you to everyone who anticipated this podcast. It really means a lot. My first guest on this show, it took a lot of consideration. There were so many good people to choose from, especially the people who asked, and I think it was only fitting that I put my first friend ever, Parker Middleton. This episode is slightly different from others, as typically the stuff talked about in this episode are not usual things what will be said on these podcasts. This episode definitely becomes very political and it does lead into some conspiracy theories, but at the end of the day, Parker's just speaking his mind. And at the end of the day, that's what this podcast is used for. Now sit back and enjoy the LilJoe Show. Let's see if this works. Well, this is take 2 of LilJoe Show.
Oh. Well, man.
So fuck that 20 minutes because that 20 minutes did not fucking matter.
We were talking for 20 minutes?
It was about 12 minutes, but still, either way. Welcome to the LilJoe Show. I think it was a good start to have that 20-minute gap, but no one's ever going to fucking hear ever again.
Yeah.
What's it called? We had some problems, let's just put it that way. But you know, you expect that on the first episode.
Yeah.
Speaking of the first episode, we're going to introduce our guest today, which is my first friend in America, Parker Middleton.
What's up?
I thought that was kind of fitting. I mean, like, come on, it's the first episode. First friend. Seems like a good idea.
First mess up, too.
First mess up. Yeah. You know, there's always plenty more. Well, so, how's school going?
It's school. Don't want to be there. Don't want to do it. Although I did enjoy my first classes back after being online for a while.
Online just fucking sucks, though.
Yeah, taking online, especially dual enrollment for a couple of semesters now. Going back seems actually fun. More chances to hit it off with people. More chances to
men, women,
people.
all of them.
Not necessarily. Of course, yeah, but I mean,
hey man, to each their own. I mean, LilJoe loves men, women.
I don't love women.
I'm only attracted to women, but you know, to each their own.
Okay.
But no, I just think school's kind of a crazy. Mm-hmm. It's a bit.
College is a scam.
College is a fucking scam.
I do think college is a scam, but it is a safe route to get yourself to the end. I would say.
Is it though?
In the end, I would mean death.
Yeah.
It's a way to secure enough financial security. At least if like the market doesn't crash and you get fired from your job, then you might be done. But that at least gets you to the end of life without maybe without some enjoyments. Like maybe you don't get to travel everywhere you want to go. Maybe you don't get to buy super fancy cars. But at the end of the day, does that ever really matter?
Yeah, it does fucking matter actually.
Okay.
It does matter. No,
Yeah.
me being Mr. Whatever. Materialistic, is that sort of?
Yeah.
No.
You can tell this guy is more materialistic.
That's not true. No, I like experiences. I like traveling. I just think that sometimes college, is a scam, and there's a lot of things that, you know, trade school.
They gave us 13 years of public education free, but couldn't spare us the last 4.
Yeah, you gotta pay for that shit.
Yeah, and go hundreds of thousands of dollars in a day, especially if you go into medical school.
Yeah, if you go into medical school, you go into medical school, you're fucked. I mean, like, there's no
backing out of that.
No, you
can't back out of that. You're now $50,000 in the hole and no means of paying it unless you go back to college.
Yeah, and even then, you have to go to fucking, like, you can't back out of being a doctor at that point. Like, you've already wasted that much money. It's like, you might as well finish it off. And if you hate being a doctor in the future, well, at least you kind of learned your lesson, I guess.
I think being in those roles is not as bad as it may seem. We were talking about this earlier on the
mess up.
On take 1, but we think it's more worth it to be a technician or a plumber or an electrician, just because trade school's 2 years. I mean, unless you stall it out like normal college. The trade school is normally 2 years, and you make roughly the same, especially because the needs and less people are becoming electricians and plumbers, which means demand's going to be high, which means you pay more for it, the services. So definitely, if you're ever thinking about it, go to trade school, be a plumber, technician, or electrician.
And if you don't know what you want to do, join the military.
Yeah, because you get pensions for the rest of your life. That's very helpful. Although
And you get your school paid for.
Although I'm not trying to get in any World War III's going on.
You know,
Israel, Ukraine, Russia.
Do you think there will be a World War III?
I think it's very plausible, very possible. Just because you're starting to see sides being taken, you start to see events happening, like bombings and stuff like that. Like you don't see this Israel versus Hamas war going anytime soon. At this point, I don't think either one of them is in the right or wrong. I just think, like, look, clearly there's a terrorist on one side. There's a government that wants to attack the terrorists, but the terrorists are using civilians, which civilians should never be harmed. But in the end of the day, innocent people are going to die one way or another through crime, through domestic violence, terrorism. Not saying they should. Not saying they should. Nobody should die without
without a reason.
I think the death penalty should be secured on school shooters and stuff like that, but innocent people shouldn't be sacrificed for some random reason.
I think the issue is, and this is a sad truth, is that war makes the world go round.
War does, well, yeah, oil, it makes oil prices go up, it makes...
Well, not even that. And this is where I get, like, cancelled by America, is the American government likes to fund terrorism, and it's something that we don't see in the public eye. We normally, see, oh, this is what's happening to Ukraine, or this is what's happening to, everyone else. What you don't see is that a lot of the tax dollars what America makes goes towards these organizations, and they don't tell you about it until, it comes out in the, files.
The press or anything, because the press is controlled by a certain group of people. Whether you like it or not, everything you are fed is through personal bias. Whether you're listening to this podcast, Joe Rogan, you're listening to Fox News, CNBC.
Like our podcast, all of them.
It's all biased from personal experiences. And at the end of the day, you got to go and have your own personal experiences and come to your own conclusions. But yeah, World War III, I think, is very likely, especially with certain government leaders in place at the moment.
When do you think the rundown will be? When do you think it will actually,
when it will take place?
When do you think they'll call it World War III?
Well, they won't call it World War III unless, it's clearly the end of the world by, meaning nukes are going to be launched until the whole world is blown up. Or
I don't think nukes will be launched at all. You know why? Because they're too fucking dangerous. And if they nuke one thing, everyone else will attack that one place. And at that point, there's too many lives at stake that country is
think about
too smart enough to realize about the fact
of... Well, think about it. If say Russia and Putin was in Moscow and that was the last territory of Russia that he had, and he had a nuke button to take everybody else out with him, you think he would hesitate to press that button?
Okay.
Number two, would you?
If it was me.
If it was you in that scenario, you were going to be killed. You had a vendetta against the whole world. Would you not take it out with you?
No, I wouldn't take out the world. Because I think
I doubt that.
I think they were good people. I'm sure he's a pretty bad guy.
I'm not sure Putin is a...
Wait, no.
He's a corrupt
guy.
At
least what the media says, I've put her fingers at him. I don't think he's that bad of a guy. Well, rephrase it. I don't want to say he's not that bad of a guy, but you know what I mean?
Despite everybody that runs against him in the quote-unquote Russian election disappears, despite that, he runs his country decently well. I mean, everybody, you don't see many Russian people move out of Russia.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people from foreign countries, not going to name where, come to America because they want salvation, because they want freedom or whatever.
They want better life choices. And the good thing is America, as much as Americans don't like America, America is the only country that people from here hate and love the country.
Yeah,
it's two extremists. Mm-hmm. It's either people love America or people fucking hate America.
And one side of the argument is half the country hates America even when it's going their way. Mm-hmm. Like right now, it's going their way. You know, it's more socialistic ideas, more influx of immigrants. But when they're put up to it, and New York and California are like, hey, do y'all want to take in these immigrants? They're like, no. They're like, where else are they supposed to go? Not the states that don't want them. But yeah, just how it's being run right now is not the best.
I think that if there was World War III, I think America would be the start of it. I don't think, you know how like America's the last people in, or one of the last people in World War II? I think they'd be one of the first people in it.
Depends who's elected next. If Trump even gets there at this point, because I think they're kicking him out of primaries.
People can still vote for him.
They can still vote for him based off the thing. I don't know what it's called. I haven't voted yet.
So are you voting this year?
I probably will. Everybody knows who I'm going to be voting for. There's no doubt about that. But if Trump wins or Viviak, I like Viviak. Despite because I think he changed to the Republican Party recently. And that's because, if you go 30 years ago, liberalistic ideas are now considered conservative ideas because the left has just shifted so far over into extremists. And the right has too. There are right extremists. But the left is very open about it. I don't want to be friends with any of those people.
That's a hard punch right there, mate.
I don't want to be friends with any right extremists too, because they're both just hard to talk with. Because I'm friends with certain people because of the values they have. I would argue me nor you want to kill people.
Yeah, definitely.
That's definitely a value that we have in common, despite how broad it may be.
Yeah.
But when we have people wanting to kill babies, especially like 9-month-old in the womb.
I'm not going there, mate.
Come on, that is a fully developed baby.
Say your piece for it. I'm gonna keep quiet.
You can stay out of this. I'll take the heat for this. But when you have an 8-month-old baby in your womb, I don't care what time you think the fetus is conceived and it is a baby. An 8-month-old in the womb is a baby. That has to be a baby. There's no way. So when you have one side that wants to kill that, and then a death penalty that wants to kill everybody who's murdered anyone ever on the other side, although I do think school shooters and terrorists should definitely be put up to the death penalty. Despite how harsh it may be, you can think however harsh you want it to be. But they should not be treated kindly, despite how they're being put in mental institutions and being treated way better than somebody who may have robbed someplace with a fake gun or something. Not saying that that's right, but when people that are doing clearly worse crimes than a guy who robbed a store with no intention to hurt anybody, I think that's just unfair.
I think the criminal system is a pretty interesting system. It's corrupt, but I think it's just the
thing about Hunter Biden. He was found with pounds of cocaine.
I'm not gonna say anything, but when they talk about Hunter Biden, he sounds like a pretty cool guy. And I'm not saying about the rapey shit and stuff like that. I'm saying about when they caught him, he had an ounce of cocaine on him, fucking strippers coming out of his hotel or whatever room. There was guns in the room. That sounds like some cool, some gangster ass motherfucker, you know what I mean?
Nah.
That's sounds like a movie.
Let's be fair. If any other person was president, any just person was president, that person would never be pardoned. But because it's Joe Biden's son, he was pardoned. Whether that's fair or not, which we all know it's not. Give me a second.
You fact checking this one? No.
I will fact check this one because wasn't there cocaine found in the White House?
That's fine. There's cocaine found everywhere, mate. There's probably cocaine on the street right now.
No, but there was cocaine found in the White House in the most secured building in the country, and they can't find who brought it in. They know who brought it in. Of course they do. Who else has videos of him with Chinese prostitutes? Chinese spies, for example. He was selling information to them, at least as far as I know. I don't know the whole story, nor do I care. I just know that I don't like this guy. And he's selling information with cocaine and is clearly should have no family members in office. Don't want to get into that. But it's just, who brought the cocaine into the White House? Who else could?
I don't know. But on that note, I think we stray away from the cocaine in the White House and be really political. I feel like we dial it down and talk about like something else. So we were talking earlier about
plumbing technicians.
Yeah, plumbing technicians. What do you think about like cars? Like, where do you think that's gonna go? Because that's an interesting. So you could have electricians, and I think that's going to be where jobs start taking off.
I think mechanics. No, there will always be a need for mechanics because people like the combustion engine. No matter what you do, how much you push EVs, which I think Ford recently has been pushed back on the EVs because they've lost so much money. Nobody wants to buy it. Nobody likes their hybrids. Not saying they're bad cars. They're probably well built, put together cars. But come on, when you get behind a car and you push on the gas pedal and you don't hear a nice rev, isn't there some kind of turnoff there? Like that's just kind of a personal preference. But like,
I mean, I can't say anything. I drive a
you drive a BMW.
I drive a gas car.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We have a Tesla, and it's fun to drive. Don't get me wrong.
It's the instant, the snap of the.
But would I have it as a daily driver? No. It's like a fun car. And I don't have anything against Tesla. I think they're really cool cars. But I don't think Tesla's going to be prioritizing their cars. I think in the future, Tesla will be, more about the energy and more solar panels and all this other stuff. I don't think they're going to prioritize cars, and I think they're going to give, the like charging ports and stuff, like the Tesla charging banks. I think those will be where they market more, and they'll sell their sockets and stuff to other car companies like Ford or Honda or everyone else, so that they can use these charging ports. And I think that's how it's going to go.
No, I think cars has always been a big focus, especially for Elon Musk. He
just wants to prove a point, though.
He only wants to prove a point. That's his only goal, and I like him for that because, especially on that interview he did, we're getting political again, where he was.
Which one?
The one where he was being blackmailed, like he was being threatened with no advertisement because of things he said on podcasts and things.
Wasn't that the Joe Rogan podcast?
No. He smoked weed on that podcast and they had to get like 20 drug tests or something like. I don't know how.
That's fine. He's fucking rich. I don't think he gives a fuck.
This guy is rich out of his mind, but he lives in like a $50,000 like smart home that's like what, maybe.
It's 30, like the size of this apartment.
Like 30, 40, 50 square feet. Mm-hmm. Like he lives very minimal.
Yeah.
And then there's Jeff Bezos, which I've seen have balls out as yachts. And some of the two richest people living completely different lives.
I'm just saying, I'm going to choose Jeff Bezos' lifestyle then.
I think anybody would choose Jeff. Like it takes a special person to be Elon Musk.
Definitely.
And I think it's good that some people are like Elon Musk. Because it proves that sometimes people aren't after money. They're after the better of society, whether or not it's actually better.
I just think Tesla's kind of, they're growing up.
No, they're still, I mean, just recently the Cybertruck came out and they're also producing battery-powered semis. That look pretty cool inside. I want to drive one of those things.
The semis or the Cybertrucks?
No, the semis. I've seen a couple Cybertrucks.
I've not seen a Cybertruck yet.
Have you seen what the Cybertrucks do to other cars, though?
No.
Bro.
Do they run motherfuckers over?
No, dude. Cybertrucks, no, dude. They're like built out of something I've never seen before. Like the other car is like total.
They get
Cybertruck doesn't even get a dent. The Cybertruck is just.
Well, they're bulletproof.
Well, I mean, I don't think that should warrant like a 3,000-pound car being able to hit it and not dent it.
But like, so did you watch the Joe Rogan podcast episode, the last one? What he did?
No.
So they went to the warehouse or like the garage, and he had the Cybertruck with him, and he shot a bow and arrow into the.
Oh yeah,
thing.
I did see that one.
That shit
Yeah.
was fucking cool because it didn't even fucking like
I
touch.
think it saw sparks. That was from the arrow.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that wasn't even from the.
It did jack shit to the fucking car, and he was kind of amazed because he's like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Yeah, because Joe Rogan he knows how to hunt. He knows how to do this. Joe Rogan is definitely an earthly man. But that Tesla Cybertruck is made from something else. It's beyond me.
So the cool thing is, Ray, is I do like the system what Elon Musk has with like the battery packs and stuff like that, where you can actually replace your batteries. So if you pre-order, like, you know how we pre-ordered our Tesla when we first got it? So I think we get one free, like, change. Like, our battery gets changed. When it starts to die, we can actually just go in and they'll replace it. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, next to nothing. And I think that's a good idea. Because, I mean, you're spending, what, $30,000 plus on these cars? I think ours was
Probably
about,
upwards of 40 now.
but I'm just saying in general, like,
Yeah.
for the base model,
Yeah.
you're spending about 30,000. And you know they do last a long time. It's not like the, you know, RC cars.
Yeah.
I mean they do act like RC cars, but
Yeah.
they're not RC cars. And I think you kind of realize, you know, eventually you're gonna have to change the battery. Whereas like at least a gas car, you go in for a service. If there's a problem, you fix that one part. Most Teslas don't have a big problem. Most of it's either the battery or the motor, right? So it's not that big of a deal, but I do like how they've kind of made that idea of you can replace the batteries if you pre-ordered or, you know, if you bought it day one or stuff like that.
I think Tesla's the only like successful, like overly successful car company that's fully electric, mainly because it's Tesla and it's Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I feel like Elon Musk's image does have a part to play in it, but he's Elon. What else can you say?
He's Elon, right?
This is just he is him.
I think, but no, going back to that work, like the trade school thing, I think electricians, and it'll be electrical engineers, like for like manufacturing and
those
stuff.
those are
Those will be
things.
but I think those will be the peak jobs in like the next 10 years. I think those will be the top jobs because you go to school for a trade school, right? And the electric cars are only going to keep growing. Then it's not like they're going to go away. They're only going to keep going more and more, especially when technology grows up and you'll get more solar fields and more wind power. Because we're trying to, as much as I don't like the idea of having everything electric, that's where the world's going. It's all going towards fucking, you know, solar fields with like electronic or electric charge and everything like that, which isn't bad. It's not a bad thing. But eventually, gas stations will go more extinct as years go by.
I don't think so. I think the combustion engine is probably here to stay. Because do you really see a plane running on solar energy? I don't think they.
I don't think planes
warrant the weight of the.
I don't think planes will, but I think cars will definitely.
No, I do think people like the combustion engine. I mean, there's conspiracy theories out there that they want everybody to have electric cars so they can shut it off immediately and so they can control where you go. And I think people want that power. I don't think they'll ever get it. Unfortunately, I think people are too smart, despite how many dumb people we have in the world. But conspiracy theories are another huge topic, like 9/11, JFK assassination, moon landing. Although I think the moon landing's real. I think flat earthers are idiots. Flat earthers are idiots. Moon landing was real. Like,
yeah, like the moon landing's got to be real, right?
Well,
it's got to be.
It has to be because, like, well, have you watched that video where the flat earthers disprove their own theory? Like, it's the stupidest crap ever, and they're like, oh. And then they go on to still believe the Earth is flat after they just approved. They're like, oh, it must have been wrong somehow. Like,
it's the ice wall, bro.
It's the ice wall.
Swear to God.
It must have spawned in and blocked your sight of the light. Disproved the theory. It must have.
That was a water bottle dropping, but it's fine. Speaking of fucking ice ages and shit like that, do you see the fucking T-Rex? The new T-Rex sound?
No.
Bro, there's a fucking, they figured out, I'm gonna pull it up. They figured out how to
mimic the sound of a T-Rex.
Mimic the sound of a T-Rex. So you think of, Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah, I think. Well, I saw something that was like, this is how they act. They thought the T-Rex sound um, was, and then it turned out I think it's gonna sound more like a bird.
I think it's this one. Let's see. All right.
That sound?
That's it.
That's out of a horror movie. I would rather hear the roar behind my back than that.
Imagine like you're creeping up in the middle of the night and all you hear is. It sounds like a fucking plane.
It does. No, that would creep me out.
But that's kind of freaky, right?
Sounds like Godzilla charging you. Like, that's not
He's gonna
good.
fucking use that fucking whatever it's called, the charge. Have you seen the new Godzilla movie that's going out? All right,
Yeah.
turn that one off.
Yeah.
But nah, that shit looks kind of actually good. I'm not a big Godzilla, fucking King Kong kind of person, but that movie actually looks kind of good.
One thing out of my childhood was all the movies my dad took me to see were like all the Transformer movies, all the Pacific Rim movies, Godzilla movies.
You were a big Pacific Rim fan and Real Steel.
Real Steel was a good movie. I may have shed a tear when I was little.
That Real Steel.
A Real Steel, bro. That was heartbreaking. But no, I wasn't a fan of the second Pacific Rim movie. But the Godzilla movies, I think. Well, here's the thing: people don't like them because of the story. When you go to watch a Godzilla movie, you go to watch monsters fight.
Yeah.
Like, you think of Godzilla, you're like monster versus monster, not is the daughter is. It was like not why. Oh, the daughter doesn't have a good storyline. Like,
We're gonna take a break right now.
Are you recording?
Yeah, we good now. Trust it. You think what? We're back.
You think if we found aliens, you think since our processes of evolving have been so long, so naturally selected, that we'd find other humans?
What are you saying about
You
a?
think if we found aliens that we would find humans? Or the developing humans, or like something like we have on this planet?
No, I think we're kind of different. Like I think because we adapt to our environment, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the planets around here aren't the same fucking planets.
That's true, but there is a habitable zone that's
Yeah, definitely.
usually around the same area. Another thing, what you said is I think we're different. There's a part of that that's a little weird, and that's the I don't know how to word it, but it's the we're gonna have to cut this out while I'm thinking.
You sure?
Yeah.
We can wait.
Wow.
No, we can hear your processing through your mind. It's all good.
The self-importance of an individual thinking they're the center of the universe, thinking that they think they're the center of the universe, which we learned a while ago that we are probably far off to the left, and we are nowhere near the center of the universe.
Yeah.
So, but the thinking that we matter in the scheme of things is so irrelevant. Like, we're just trying to survive at the end of the day. Like,
I think aliens have already found us. Personally, I think it's a system. Like, I'm trying to think of the easiest way of saying this. I think aliens have already found us. We're just too stupid enough to realize it.
no, I don't think aliens have found us. There's two ways you can think about it. The religious way, that we were created in God's image, or there's the universe is so freaking huge that it takes a while to find anything, which I think is true, because I whichever one you believe in, I'm not sure. I don't study the Bible, but the Bible might say that we're the only thing here. I'm not sure, but the other thing, which is, the universe is like, it takes a couple thousand light years just to reach somewhere else that's not even habitable or doesn't have species. Think about how long it'll take to find somewhere that has life, if there isn't.
See, I think Mars was originally had life, right? And low-key,
Oh, you mean Mars?
Mars,
Oh,
like life on Mars, yeah. I think Mars did actually have life. I think they just kind of did like, you know, they went kind of extinct, or
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe we're Martians in disguise.
Yeah,
Maybe
for
we
real.
came from Mars.
For real, fuck it.
At this point, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened.
Exactly. I'm only 19 years on this fucking planet.
Yeah. Probably only got like 10 more.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to get fucking Tupac. Yeah, about that now. But no, I think Martians and all that other shit, I definitely think there are aliens. But I think that they would have found us before we find them. Because we're too oblivious. Human life on this earth is pretty fucking arrogant, right?
Yeah, we are self-absorbed. A lot of us are self-absorbed.
You see, like, you know, sometimes you might see something in the sky. You're like, that's a fucking plane. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think about,
Yeah.
oh, that could be an alien ship. Even though it could look blatantly like a fucking, like, UFO, right?
Well, that's the thing, too, is people will take the most average-looking objects and think they're UFOs as well. Like, people will see a plane and they'll think it's a UFO. They'll see a bird, they'll think it's a UFO. So there's different ways of looking at it. I guess it's just the person that the situation is involved. So you go to a conspiracy theorist, they'll think it's a UFO. But you go to, like, me or anybody else, they'll think there's a plane in the sky because it's blinking green and red dots.
I like, the thing is for me is, ever since, I don't know, years, I mean, it's been going on for years, right? The, you know, you see a picture of an alien, like, or drawing or whatever, and it's always the big black eyes with the little round mouth and the big ass fucking light bulb ass head with the tiny body. And the reason that's why I think aliens have actually came back to Earth is because why would that be the common image between every single fucking, you know, drawing and everything like that? And I'm saying from Egypt, I'm saying from like all these ancient like arts, like, you know, graphs and everything like that. It's always the same look of an alien or some sort of object, like, you know, person, and they all look very similar. Or you have the alien where it's like, you know, with the big like pill-looking head. I don't know. If that's
I know what you mean.
But you know, like it's like a normal human, but it's got like a pill-looking back of the head, and it's those two images what have been there for, you know, since the dawn of time, or like since people have started writing down things and like drawing and stuff.
Hieroglyphs and stuff like that.
It's always looking like those two things. That's why I think aliens do exist, and they've actually, you know, came around here, like at least to Earth, is because those are the two images that are the most common looking, like from, like, you know, from the past and even now. You don't think of it, you know, sorry, pardon. You don't think of an alien and you think of like somebody who has like tentacles and shit. It's always like, you don't see an alien looking like an octopus. You see like an alien looking like an alien.
Yeah, that's why I think the natural selection is so well done that I think aliens would look like us. I think they would be hard to distinguish. Not hard to distinguish, but they would have 4 limbs and a head with brain that's more complicatedly connected, which is why I think makes us smarter than other animals, because our brain is wired differently. It's connected neurons. Like there was a study that I forget what animal it is, but it has like 2,000 neurons, and we have however many more.
Isn't it an octopus? Look it up. I think it's an octopus.
The average human neurons versus.
It was some
What animal you want me to look up?
I think it was an octopus. It was something weird, but yeah, I remember seeing something about that. It was like they would like triple the amount.
Yeah, average is 86 billion neurons. We'll look up a dog, just for reference.
Dogs are fucking smart and stupid at the same time. I love my dogs, but like them motherfuckers are dumb as fuck. Like shit.
Yeah, they have 429 million neurons.
How many do we have?
We have 86 billion.
Never mind, dogs are dumb as fuck.
But think about it. Think about a species with 1 trillion neurons. Think about how smart they would be. The amount of knowledge they can contain.
So you think like Elon Musk is an alien?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Nah, but like
Hillary and Bill Clinton might be lizard. But no.
No. You know who's a lizard?
Who?
Fucking Mark Zuckerberg.
He's weird.
Bro looks like a lizard.
But if you think like that and you make stuff like we can all agree Elon Musk is weird. Jeff Bezos seems a little more normal than the others. Mark Zuckerberg is weird.
He's right. No hate to Mark Zuckerberg, but sometimes he could be looking like a lizard.
Oh, he looks like a lizard.
Remember when he did
I
the
can name
fucking
5 people right now that look like a lizard that I know.
like? Remember when he was in Congress and he was being tried for that shit?
A t-shirt.
No. When he was being tried and he kept drinking the water.
Yeah.
Bro looked like a lizard. And I'm sorry, Mark Zuckerberg, but you know, I can't not see you not looking like a lizard.
Yeah. Let's talk about more conspiracy theories. Which one?
No. Hold on. Going back to the alien thing. Do you think there was aliens what came down during the pandemic?
No.
Because they're like, everyone's inside.
No.
I'm gonna have a fucking lit ass fucking time, bro.
What is this thought process?
Think about it, right? If I was an alien,
I'm waiting for it.
If I was an alien, when's the best time to come down to Earth?
Never.
When
It's never a good time to come in.
that's fair. But when is the best time to come down to Earth and not be noticed? During a fucking pandemic. Think about it.
Half the people are too dumb to realize what anything is, so I doubt it'd make a difference.
All right, and people would be going, you know, during the pandemic, people were going fucking crazy because they couldn't go outside. So if they saw an alien out in their forest, like, you know, in their backyard or some shit like that, they're just going to think there was an alien, right? And they're going to be like, oh my God, I found an alien. The rest of us going to be like, go outside. Oh, wait, you can't. That's tough. I'm sorry, but that's true.
Yeah.
You can't knock it. Speaking about the pandemic, how was your pandemic? Because
honestly, me being in high school freshman year when it hit, I didn't do anything but game. I think all of us sat inside. I really enjoyed it, to be honest.
I did not.
You didn't?
No.
That's the thing. Me and you are two different people.
It's funny, right? Because we've been friends for so long, but like we said at the beginning, we don't hang out very often because we have two separate lives.
You go out to Wawa every night, and I like to sit inside.
And I go out to Wawa if I'm not doing anything because I just get bored sitting at home all day. It's not like, I mean, it is the Mecca of LN. it is. I mean,
Mine's my house.
But no, I think the pandemic, low-key, it was kind of like, you know, like in the event, like in Marvel,
What the?
like the blip, like the Thanos snap.
Yeah.
That's what it was like, right? Think about it. Because you lost 2 years, almost.
I didn't lose 2 years.
Well,
I felt like I matured during that
I'm saying the world lost 2 years.
Yeah, I'd say the world lost 2 years, but it's lost at that point. Like I was done perfectly fine. Like
I think especially like, you know, we kind of forget that was our freshman year. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of a big year for, like, especially, you know, school-wise.
Yeah.
You know, you're first going into school. It's supposed to be fun and everything. Like,
and we did get the first 3 semesters, so we did lose out on that fourth and probably best semester out of
Yeah.
them all. Another thing about the pandemic is the vaccines.
God damn it.
No.
I'll tell you what, so this is not normally how the podcast is going to go, but sometimes it gets really political.
You gotta spice it up.
Sometimes you got to spice it up.
Well, this is how you get conversations going.
I'm not dissing it.
You're not against it.
I'm not against it.
So, but this vaccine that was untested and, you know, just made in like 3 months, was made in 3 months, was pushed out so fast and so widespread that it encompassed everybybody. And then they told everybody to get it. Turns out it has health problems.
It's fine. I'm not dead yet.
Whether this was Bill Gates' attempt to kill everyone or
Bill Gates? Where the fuck does Bill Gates get involved in this?
you haven't seen where he gave...
He doesn't own Pfizer.
No, he gave a lot of people in Africa, like, I don't know. It was something to prevent polio or AIDS. I'm not sure what it was. And it turns out it made them all infertile.
It was probably AIDS.
It There's probably somebody who but it made them all infertile. And so he's gone on his rants about how, oh, the next big thing is going to be really, really small and it's going to be a cell that kills us all. And he was basically talking about the pandemic. Now, I don't think it caused it. I think dumbass scientists who wanted to test something in Wuhan, China, were a little...
That sounds racist, mate. I'm just saying.
Well, it's called Wuhan. No, it's Wuhan.
It was the way you said it. It wasn't what you said. It was the way you said it. What sounded racist.
Wuhan. It was probably a couple scientists in Wuhan, China, that wanted to test something. Then they got sick. Went home. Went to their family. Then they got sick, and it just kept passing until it got. And it was basically like the flu. Like, but let's be honest here. What's the difference between that? It gives you every symptom under the earth, and it's only deadly because of the over hospitalization.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. But I also think I trust scientists. I do trust the fact of, we needed something to keep going, and the vaccine did work, kind of, to a point.
No, when they're telling you to go back and get 8 booster shots,
I only got one.
Like really? They're telling you to go back and get 8 shots. I only need the polio vaccine once. I need a tetanus shot every 7 years, but I need to get the COVID shot every 2 weeks. that has like a 99.9% chance of survival with my exact health and age. Think about that. Why do I need to go and get a shot every 2 weeks?
I don't think it's every 2 weeks, bro.
Every month.
I don't think it's every month. I think it's like
even every 3 months is a little.
I think it's every 6 months, mate. Not even. I think it's every year or every 2 years. It's like the flu shot.
No. It's more than that because I know people that have gotten 7 shots.
But more fool them. I don't know what to say about that one. I mean, I don't even get the flu shot, so.
Yeah, I haven't gotten the flu shot once, and I know the one time my grandpa got it. He got the flu.
Yeah.
So these shots are because the flu and the COVID is now probably going to be a regular thing.
Oh,
Just like the Spanish flu, where the flu originally came from. It's so widespread and so common that it just mutates all the time, and then it avoids the antibodies that the body.
You know that shots and stuff like that. They're all just antibodies.
Well, they're all just weakened.
You just inject. You pretty much do inject a weakened
weakened version of the
shot
of the virus. Yeah, and then it develops antibodies pretty easily.
Yeah, so
basically, when we're all 1 to 4, we're all getting polio.
Right,
yeah. We're just getting very weakened.
We're just getting little polio.
Yeah,
baby
polio.
Baby polio.
Baby polio.
But I mean, I think I trust doctors to a point.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get vaccinated if if it's a requirement? Yeah, sure I will. But if I don't fucking need it, then I'm good. It is kind of sad that there's so many different diseases, cancers.
Yeah. Well, cancer is the difference.
No, but I'm just saying in general, there's lots of things that we haven't found the cure for.
Well, do you think we found the cure to cancer?
Oh no, definitely found the cure to cancer. There's no fucking
100%. I think. Well, it's probably $1 trillion industry at this point.
They probably
treatment for cancer. Whether they've killed people or not isn't the topic of discussion. It's the fact that really rich people you never hear of dying from cancer, at least important people.
David Bowie.
What?
David Bowie died from cancer.
He's rich. He's not important.
He is important. Speaking of which,
I think cancer is stoppable, but
it's his birthday today. Oh no, it's his. Is it? Yeah, it's his birthday today.
Oh, cancer isn't curable. I think it's stoppable. Because cancer is just your own body killing itself, basically.
Yeah.
But I think it's stoppable by people who are really rich, go to Switzerland, get their cancer tested, find out which treatment works best, use that treatment, then they're perfectly fine 5 years later, live on however many years they have left. Cancer is a very unfortunate thing because I think, especially back in the day, that was probably something attributed to natural causes of death. And now we just learn that it's cancer. We just learn that it's, stomach cancer, pancreatic cancer, lung cancer.
Yeah.
But yeah, brain cancer, that fact.
Pretty much. Cancer's a bitch.
Yeah, cancer's wild.
And I don't really want to go deeper into that thing because it is a sensitive topic for some people, especially like, you know, you lose someone to cancer or, you know, you have cancer. I mean, it's rough because, you know, sometimes you don't know if you're going to pull through, even though you say, I got this, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like sometimes
my advice,
it's scary.
Don't give them your money.
Don't give them your money.
Don't give them your money.
Just accept fate. Is that what you're saying?
Accept fate.
That's fucked. I mean, I think it's expensive.
Oh yeah, well it's what they give you a pill and then they put an IV in you and then that's $8,000 gone in one session. It's ridiculous. It's clearly made to profit off of people in need because there's no other option, and that's been used all over history to suck people dry of their money.
It's a touchy subject, and you know, hopefully I do hope that people, you know, get cured from cancer, and if they don't, like at least you know, have a happy life before they get cancer. I think it's a key part of life. I mean, like, you know, to be happy and, you know, keep carrying on, keep calm and carry on, right? But I just want to move on to another thing about, you know, just about, you know, our friendship and shit. So me and Parker have been friends for 14 years now, almost, from July 4th, 2010, pretty much. Yeah. That was the first time I moved into the Americas. It's been interesting, especially since I still have the accent. Who would have fucking thought that I'd still have an accent from 14 years?
You definitely tried to keep that accent. You definitely tried to
right?
keep the accent. Your sister is completely lost. Other than Wah and Bottle. What,
like Matt Rife?
Yeah, like Matt Rife. But other than that, she's completely lost her accent.
Yeah, I mean, mine's changed throughout the years.
It's changed because your style has changed and your lingo has changed. Not necessarily because fuck.
Like, I don't say garage, I say garage. Or like fucking water bottle. Actually, I still say water bottle. I don't say
water bottle.
Water bottle, yeah, that's.
No, you gotta say it with the American accent.
Water bottle, right?
No, you can't even say it without doing the English accent.
That's tough. I think it also depends on who I'm talking to, right? Because I mean, like, if I'm talking to somebody who's mentally slow, that sounds mean. maybe I shouldn't say that. If I talk to someone who doesn't quite understand what I'm saying, like they don't.
Just use the medically correct. Just say it once, don't say it again.
They can't comprehend what I'm saying because I talk too fast. Then it's like I have to speak a different way. But if I'm talking to, like, you know, you or Dylan or Tibbs or James, anyone who I'm like really friends with, they, I mean, you guys all understand what I'm saying for the most part. Unless you go, hold on, what the fuck did you just say? Like, now I just have to repeat myself. But I think a lot of the time is, it's funny how language is.
Yeah, just the dialects that form into different languages, and just the whole, especially the graph of how they think languages were derived from, and the Germanic and the Romantic and the French and English, stuff like that.
Do you think that's due to aliens?
No. I think that's just from humans being humans.
Yeah, but it's kind of originating from somewhere, right?
No, because how they think is cavemen just went, oh.
You think it originates from fucking dinosaurs?
You still got that plan.
Yeah, we've got so right now YouTube is playing. I know you guys can't see this, but YouTube is playing from when we were listening to the dinosaur recording or the T-Rex recording, and it keeps just auto playing shit. So it looks like it's just going through a slideshow of just dinosaurs. And it's kind of funny because I keep looking over and I just see this fucking drawing of a dinosaur, and they must be talking about some random ass dinosaur shit, but
yeah,
it is quite funny. But no, I do think like some sort of way it has to originate from something. Mm-hmm. It's not like one day they were just like, America, you know, those southern people, those are gonna have fucking southern ass accents, and you're gonna have New Yorkers who are like, yo, you know what I mean?
Yeah, when I talk to people online, they say I do have a southern accent.
Really?
Yeah. Like not like a redneck accent, but I do have a southern kind of Georgian, North Floridan accent.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. But then again, I also think like Florida is a very like basic voice. Like I'm not saying like in a bad way or anything, but it's very like there's not really a Floridian accent. It's very flat. You can say there's different cities that have like certain accents, should I say? But what do you want to say? Go ahead.
No.
I'm just saying I'm just saying Florida has like a very bass voice.
No, I disagree with you, but I'm not gonna say my reason why. There's two regions of Florida.
What you mean, like Miami, Florida, and then like
Yeah.
Florida? Yeah, but
And
that's
I can't speak Spanish, so I'm not even gonna try and impersonate it. And then there's the rural side of Florida, and then there's the.
but I'm saying like city to like suburb Florida, like Orlando, especially Orlando, is a very base fucking accent.
Yeah. I mean, that's just because we live here, though, so we're used to it.
But I think if you move to like somewhere like New York, or if you move to,
Well, think if somebody from New York moved to here, their accent
it's different.
is different from here, but they're used to that one, so they're gonna think we have an accent.
At the end of the
Joe, this is the self-consumed personality that I was talking about earlier. That people think the world revolves around them, and just that everything's that they experience is going to be the same for other people, and that they're going to feel like they're outcasts. But in reality, where they come from is self-consumed as well.
California has a very bass accent.
California is the American accent.
That is the
Barbie,
that's just it's just bass. Like it's not like English, right? It's not like the English where it's slightly different. It's not like New York where you got like a deeper kind of tone to it.
Yeah.
And it's not like, Florida where you got like jits and everything like that, you know what I mean? It's very jits, you know what I mean?
What is it?
I'm not going down that road.
Okay.
It's a different episode. But California's very, or like fucking Kentucky and like, Iowa and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's like very southern, like, hey y'all, you know what I mean? I can't do that. But California is flat, like.
Yeah, it's got to be the American accent. Although I hate California.
For political reasons or for just in general.
No, just in general, political reasons.
You just don't like California?
Yeah.
If it is.
Well, why is it okay that somebody can rob a store for less than $950 and they can't do anything about it?
You can do that here.
No, you can't.
There's no chase policy in Florida.
Yeah, there is.
You sure?
Yeah,
Look
it's in California that it's.
I don't think
Well,
there's...
it's not that you can't be chased, but it's anything under $950 you can't get a felony for. But there's so much crime there that they don't prioritize it because there's so much crime. So why would they chase after something that's not a felony when there's people stabbing each other on the streets, like in England?
Hey, bruv, you got a license for that spoon. You got a license for that spoon, bruv. Big man. Right? Like, no, I think there is no chase. Check Florida's bylaws. I don't think I think there's a no chase law in Florida if it's...
No chase, Florida. No chase law. Oh, it's like motorcycle chase. That's the only chase that's prohibited.
Really? I thought it was like if you like robbed a store, you can't get chased by the store.
No.
There's no chase law for fucking motorcyclists?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, shit, I'm gonna fucking ride motorbikes.
If you get a motorcycle going 130 trying to run from a cop, the chances that they're gonna die just exponentially grew. So you gotta just let them be, because they're not gonna hurt anyone but themselves and other motorcyclists. They might hurt somebody, but I've never seen no, I don't want to say that. I've never seen a motorcyclist kill a person in a car.
No, there's definitely been motorcyclists.
A motorcyclist is going to go through a window and decapitate a guy in passengers.
There's definitely been motorcycle or car deaths by motorcycle. But it's very minimal.
There's more motorcyclists dying by cars than there are cars dying by motorcycles.
Yeah. I like motorbikes, I ain't gonna lie.
I think they're the stupidest and best thing you can do. Number one, because the really good ones are not as expensive as really nice cars. Number two, you're living on 1 HP the whole time. Like you're tapped and you're off that motorcycle dead.
You think about it, right? And all right, this is the issue with the Blackout podcast, and I'm aware of it. Trust. We do stray off a little course about random ass shit, but that's kind of how LilJoe is. I mean, I like to bounce back and forth. But the thing is about motorcycles is you see a guy on a motorbike or a woman on a motorbike and they get off their bike, you're like, they're kind of badass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is a
You don't see some guy get out of a Tesla and be like, that's a badass motherfucker right there.
If I see a guy walk out of a Tesla, I think he's a weeb or a nerd. If I see a guy get off of a motorcycle, I think they're badass.
Yeah, like
they have some badassery to them.
Yeah, right. That's some like James Dean, like some cool ass
motherfucker. Like a what are those called? Copeg? What are they?
A
moped.
Oh, moped.
If I see somebody getting off of moped with a motorcycle helmet and like a jumpsuit, I'm like, bro, that guy doesn't look right. That's just not right. If I see like a Yamaha and this guy hops on, I'm gonna think it's cool.
Yeah. I just think bikes are cool in general. I would like a bike. I want a Honda Matic. You know, have you ever seen Purple Rain?
No.
By Prince? All right, so Prince has this movie called Purple Rain. He also has an album called Purple Rain. It was made for the movie. And the bike in it. Oh my God, I'll show you. Hold on. The bike in it is a Honda Matic. Honda Matic. Cool. All right. Nothing. So yeah. So that's his bike. It's kind of girly. He's not gay. Prince is definitely not gay. But it's purple.
That's weird.
No, that's cool as fuck, bro. I would love Prince's bike. It's in Paisley Park. That's like it's in his house right now. But he had two. One was black for when he was doing like chase scenes and stuff around, and then the normal one was purple, like when they were doing like just sets. And it's just a cool looking bike. I've always wanted one. But they're kind of expensive because they were known for that movie. And you can't buy those, like, the kits for those, like the Prince kits and stuff are expensive because they were custom made for that movie. So people have tried to replicate them and made them, you know, stupid expensive. But I just think bikes are cool. Like, I mean, it's like a cool hobby.
Well, very dangerous, but...
Yeah, but so is, like, cars. They're less dangerous, but like I could fuck around and like die in a car the same way as I could fuck around and die on a bike. But yep, I think we're gonna wrap up this podcast episode. Very an interesting start.
Yeah, I could start with more political things.
Thanks for watching, guys. And well, there you have it, folks. That's the end of the LilJoe Show. Episode 1, it's finally done. Alright, if you want to contact me, please feel free to DM me on Instagram at xxlil.joexx. That's where you'll probably get me best. Anyways, we're going to wrap up this episode. Thanks for watching and listening, and tune in for the next one.